boats. This is Jacob Simmons and Paul Newman, the Blue Flame 2. Simmons getting a little bit of reversion there. Take your foot off the accelerator, the water going into the jet unit. Decelerator's got nowhere to go except back outwards. Can't go out, it's the back of the boat. Jacob Simmons lucky to get away with that. And we'll get a time for you for Jacob. 59.433 there for Jacob Simmons and Paul Newman. Is your tip for the unlimited boats?
Glen Head.
Glen Head in number 1. Who in number 2?
Rob Coley.
Who do you reckon he's going to be number 3?
Aaron Hansen.
Well, I'll tell you what, mate. We are going to, they're the tips from Blake Hughes. Now we'll take the microphone over to Blake Candish over here. Mate, who are your picks for the unlimited category 1, 2 and 3?
I was going to say the same.
Right, well, I'll tell you what, you young blokes, I reckon, are going to be onto it because that is somewhere along the lines of where I would take it as well. Now, mate, who is your tip for the Group A category? You'd have to say Novus Auto Glass because your mum's the
Novus,
navigator. All right, we'll get back to the boys throughout the course of the day, but it is Bevan Muir out on course at the moment, and Andrew Clooney, one of our safety crew, doing the navigational duties here as well. So had a chat to Bevan yesterday. He's going to be pretty confident with how this boat is looking. What do you think about this, young Hughesy? What do you like about this boat?
Yeah, it seems pretty fast.
A little bit untidy around that right hander, wasn't he?
Yep.
Oh, he's backed off. He's got confused. They've gone the wrong way. Do you reckon Andrew Clooney, the rescue guy who's navigating for the first time, do you reckon he's helping or hindering?
Oh, probably hindering.
I would have thought he's doing a bit of hindering.
He didn't correct that.
He didn't come from the right direction.
So what does that mean?
A DNF and he gets no time.
Yeah, well done. Fantastic. So, Blake Candish, I'll give you a microphone as well, mate. Have a look at this. We are all set up. So, our next boat out should be, well, it will be Richard Burt in the in Ruben Hoxema's boat. So, Richard Burt, boys, normally, of course, races the quad rotor turbo. They blew that up yesterday again, testing it. So now Richard Burt is in with this boat. How do you reckon he's going to go? Firstly, Hughesy.
Good, because any boat he gets in, he just goes hard.
Yeah, he'll probably go good.
He'll do good.
It's just a boat, he'll smash it.
Yeah, this guy, as we know, around the world of jet sprinting, this bloke certainly has a certain level of talent and a level of skill that he's incredible. He's been in a lot of boats over the years, and he helps a lot of people develop the boat. So interesting in the turbo, the Sprint Tech hull. Joshua Gill doing the navigational duties. the Toyota Supra engine. There is a wire that's hanging off the left part of that roll cage to the left side of that boat, the port side of the boat at the rear of the roll cage. Just trying to see what that is from here. Whatever it is that was flapping out there is no longer flapping. So Richard Burt there with a 56.134. It looked like he did that pretty easy, eh?
Yeah, he'll get more confident.
Yeah, he doesn't go out. He's been around the sport for a number of years. So now, listen, young Mr. Candish, we've got to pick it because we're going to call him Hughesy, right? What can we call you as a nickname? The Baker.
That is a good nickname for me.
All right, we got the Baker and we got Hughesy up here in commentary. So, mate, Paddy Hayden. So the Baker, what do you reckon? How do you reckon Paddy Hayden's going to go here this weekend?
Ooh, hopefully pretty well.
Yeah, look, he's certainly got that. Well, he's got a bit of, he's got a bit of Irish in him, hasn't he? So he gets a little bit angry sometimes, and when he gets a bit angry, things can go wrong, can't they?
He can get a bit stressed.
It's Glenn Head.
Well, Glenn Head. Oh, Glenn Head sneaking into the fold there. Well done, mate. Well, look, you guys keep me on track throughout the course of the day. Hayley Todd doing the navigational duties.
Listen to
Glenn Head going about it very, very gently at the moment. I don't think I've ever seen Glenn Head drive a boat so slowly, but it is qualifying round number 1.
Listen to it go just when he lets off.
Just feeling his way around at the moment. Doesn't look overly confident with the way that the boat's set up. He's sort of swinging the steering wheel up through the sweeper there. I reckon one of you two gentlemen might need to go down and have a bit of a chat with Glenn after he's finished his lap and just say, mate, what was going on there? Anything that we should know about in commentary? 56.056 there for Glenn Head and Hayley Todd in their first run out.
Patrick Hayden isn't at the range.
No, I can't see Paddy Hayden down there, you're right.
Oh, he said he had to get a welder from us for something urgent. He had to get Richard to bring a welder to him for something urgent, but I don't know what. That's what we came up to before. So.
Oh, Paddy Hayden required the use of a welder according to information we are receiving now. But it is Kevin Roberts.
With Kendra Death in the silly seat.
That's right, the silly seat. That's what we call the navigator's chair or the navigesser's chair, because a lot of these navigators are only guessing. Isn't that right there, young Baker?
very right.
So this is a Nissan V8 twin turbo, 1500 plus horsepower. Kevin Roberts, he's fairly relaxed sort of guy. He's just said, look mate, I just love getting out here, love having a go. So they've obviously got a little bit of confusion out there. It's probably just not 100% sure of the rotation. They are on the rotation 100% proper. However, there's probably a little bit of well, discussion going on in the cockpit at the moment for these guys.
Kendra Death's trying hard to keep him on track.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And, well, Kev over the years has been known to get himself completely lost. And Kendra, yes, you are absolutely right, mate. Really working very hard to keep Kevin on track there and has done a great job.
With a 59.931.
Yeah, good work there for Kevin Roberts and Kendra Death. And I think you're right there, Hughesy. Kendra really working very hard there. Kevin had a few moments where he was trying to work out where he needed to go. Kendra, we really saw the benefit of what the navigators do right there. Kendra really working hard to say, hey, no, we need to go left, we need to go right. So great to see Kendra working beautifully at the moment, and I'm sure that as the day wears on, those two will gel a lot better. Who's this, mate?
Leighton Strickman now.
That's it. Well, I tell you what, Pip Thompson normally driving this boat. The boat is called the Bitches Box. Now we've got Shrek on a return. Shrek's all over the Bitches Box with Karen Wakeland doing the navigational duties. The LSA 6.2 litre Chev. So, of course, Leighton Manel, a former world champion, in fact, took the world championship win here at Wanganui a number of years ago. Pip Thompson not feeling 100% today, so she said, well, I'm probably better off not trying to drive a V8 sprint boat unlimited style when I'm not feeling 100%, so I'll allow Leighton to have a bit of a squirt. You can see he's just getting to terms with this new boat. Leighton has not been behind the wheel of a boat for a number of years, but I dare say come the end of the day we'll see some pretty good times from Leighton if everything goes all well for him. Realises it, goes back in and does a big donut around the centre island. Back on course now. Oh, Leighton just turning that into a little bit of custard, really. That was custard with lux. Leighton Manel across the line with a 102.277, 62.277 there for Shrek.
Scott Donald should be out next in Wicked too, with Nicole Reesby in the navigator seat.
So, young Baker, talk us through this one. That is, yes, it is definitely them coming out. What sort of engine package have we got here?
They've got a 500 dart small block, and the type is a Sprint-Tech.
The Sprint-Tech hull producing around about 900 horsepower. The Southern Jet, a 9-inch jet unit. Scott Donald, the farmer from Featherston. Nicole Reesby, the accountant from Featherston. These guys at their last meeting in Hastings did very, very well indeed. And Scott, normally one of those guys, goes out quite slowly during the day and then starts building it up. But after the qualifying round number 1 at Hastings last time out, really got in nice and early and started driving very well indeed. So Scott Donald probably had his best round at Hastings last time out, and let's hope that he can continue that form here today. So once he gets this rotation sorted, he and Nicole, we should expect to see the times come way down for this pairing from Featherston. It's all the unlimited superboat guys and girls just cruising along in qualifying round number 1. So Scott Donald will come around and got the rotation sorted with a 61.270.
Aaron Hansen out next with Julianne Shanks.
The couple from Tauranga, third in the world in 2016. Rusty won the 500 cubic inch small block, horsepower 800, the jet unit 8 3/4, which is not a normal sort of jet unit.
0.45, that's not even half.
Yeah, well, actually, not 8 3/4, is it? It's 8.45, so it's just less than 8.5. So, Husey, you come in here, I invite you to the commentary tower, and they corrected me because I got it wrong. Now, mate, when we work together in commentary, you just got to be a little bit gentle on going, no, you're wrong. No, you're allowed to do that, mate. How's that, mate? Did you see what he did there? He's trying to throw me under the bus twice.
8.75 3/4.
So listen, boys, this is the pair of you. You are both picking Aaron Hansen for a podium place come the end of today. And at the moment, he's got probably a little bit more speed than we've seen from the rest of the field at the moment. He's certainly not driving too hard at all, is he?
Nah, but he's going a lot faster faster than everyone else has.
Yeah, it'll be. I think he's going to get the quick time category with a 54.246, straight to the top of the table, around about 1.8 seconds quicker.
His cousin mate.
I must say, Kate, you make a pretty good speaker. Make a pretty good speaker.
All right, so it should be the specialist out next. So it is the specialist, Baden Gray and
Darren Todd.
So Baden Gray in at the Vickers Aircraft Company, Teng Tools, Prosper Mortgages and Insurance. So Baden Gray in the specialist. Oh, really deep into that hairpin. Wow, I thought he was going to end up back into the start chute. He went that deep down there. Darren Todd, the navigator from Hamilton, the workshop manager at the Vickers Aircraft Company. Oh, I reckon Baden's going to go to the top of the sheet with a 51.958. So the cousins, Baden Gray and Aaron Hansen, leading in 1 and 2 respectively. Baden Gray some 2.7 seconds or thereabouts quicker. Yep. All right, so who is going to be out next? Looks like a Rob Coley, the man behind the Mouthfresh name, and Mouthfresh, the best tasting toothpaste in the world. So Rob Coley and his wife Anne sitting in alongside him. Rob Coley got a very busy racing season going on. Last weekend, Keith in South Australia, Rob was racing a twin turbo over there. Flies back here to back to his hometown of Wanganui, racing again. Now he's got the big small block 600 small block here. So now he's got to adapt his driving style from the twin turbo to the responsiveness of the big small block. And he's gone the wrong way. Gee, I'll tell you what, you boys up here, everybody's put their hand up, gone the wrong way quicker than I've even worked it out. So got plenty of assistance up here today at Wanganui, which is going to be fantastic. At least it's not going to be myself the blind leading myself the blind. Little bit of water over the bow of the Mouthfresh machine, and he's gone the wrong way again. So Rob Coley just needs to settle it down. You can see he's taking his foot right out of it. He and Ange having a bit of a discussion. At this point, they're probably discussing what's happening for dinner. Where are we going next Saturday night? So coming back into the hairpin and try to recorrect it from there is Rob and Ange Coley. They are back on the rotation proper now. And certainly the confidence has gone out of this run. Into the nut. She tightens up there. I reckon that left-hand hairpin at the latter part of that lap is going to find a few people getting unstuck. There's a bow wave that comes down the part of the course. Rob and Ange Coley, 1 minute 33.088. So what's that? 93.088 or something like that. Plenty of time. He won't even be looking at that one. He'll just forget about that. They'll just try and work out the rotation for next time. All right. So who have we got up next?
Nick Berryman.
Well, no, I think it's Dave Simmons.
Oh.
And who's this bloke?
John Berry.
We call him the Pink Fairy. That's a conversation for another day. We can't allow that conversation to be broadcast out to public. But I'll tell you, you boys, during the lunch break, will explain why we call John Berry the Pink Fairy, all right? Remember, these two blokes have got heads like squash mushrooms. Jetsprint teams here this weekend, so they have plenty of work on their plate. John Ferry, the Pink Fairy, he's one of the guys that is a great bloke. He can himself fantastic stories. He's got a very quick wit. Interestingly, you put a microphone in front of his face and he becomes a mute. He can't think, he can't talk, he starts sweating. Really interesting. Get one of you blokes down there a little bit later and try and do an interview with John Ferry. You'll see what I mean. Oh, the boat has just shut down big time, so they'll be having a look at that link engine management system and see what happened there. Dave Simmons, 56.112. It'll be Ruben Hoxema out next with the Toyota Supra engine. Richard Burt drove the A drive of that. Ruben Hoxema, this is his second race meeting. Jake Wood doing the navigational duties. Hey boys, we saw Ruben at Hastings. What was it? Do you remember what his crash was like? It was the what was it?
It was the fastest crash in New Zealand, not.
Yeah, exactly. It was the slowest crash. He was doing about 2.3 kilometres an hour when he parked it up on the bank. So, no, we just to give you a clear idea, ladies and gentlemen, Ruben Hoxema been around the sport for a lot of years. His father, Eric, former president. Eric has been involved in jet sprinting for years and years, and Ruben has done a lot of work up here in Coventry, so we spent a fair bit of time with Ruben over the years, and this is his rookie season here. His first drive was at Hastings there a few weeks ago, so we give Ruben plenty because he's a mate of ours, and well, we all understand that you can hang plenty of crap on your mates. But, so, tell me, mate, what are you seeing out here at the moment there, Hughesy?
Oh, he's going the right way, so that's good.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're a glass half full type of young bloke then. What are you seeing there, the baker?
Not much.
No, look, Ruben certainly going to be getting quicker and quicker, and this is the right way when you're learning the craft of jet sprint driving. So Ruben actually has this boat going a little bit quicker than he did last time out at Hastings, and that's a great run there. So Ruben Hoxema, we'll get back to you with a time on that. So good to see, boys, that he went the right way. Two, he was a little bit quicker than he was at Hastings, so we're going to expect to see not huge runs from him, but I think he's going to get just slowly quicker as the day goes on, which is fantastic. 123 and some change. All right, it's the man they call Nick Big Berries Berryman coming up next. World number 3 in the unlimited category. Bang, pop, splutter. That is not what Nick Berryman wants to hear. Rochelle Berryman doing the navigational duties here today. So yeah, that's not the way that the man from the Riverjet. Yeah, just testing it. It's gone the wrong way, so Nick, that'll have thrown plenty of doubt in his mind, the big pop and splutter off the line. And hearing, just giving the throttle a bit of a kick, back on rotation proper now, just giving it a little bit of boost along there to see if the engine is going to respond and cut out. The last thing you want is the boat cutting out. Starting to get a bit angry with it, eh, Husey?
Yeah, you've got to be careful it doesn't go out and spark out again.
Yeah, it's good to see that Nick Berryman now starting to get that speed up, because he's one of those guys who likes to get out nice and early, nice and fast, start laying down some decent times, So that little bit of problem early in that run was bothering a little bit. But he'll put it behind him, so with a 118.941. We'll take a short break and be back in just a minute for qualifying round number 2 of the Group B category.